Hi, everybody. So BankiFi is a provider of beyond banking services, and we particularly jumped on the opportunity that open banking provided to round out the services that we small businesses, and having run small businesses all my life, trying to help banks understand the problems that we as businesses face. So we're trying to build out services around banking. So similar to Anna, except we do that for any bank. It's not specific to one bank. We do invoicing. We have a request to pay service to help collections, a whole invoice to pay service, and so on and so forth. The biggest thing about this sector is it's completely misunderstood and unknown. It's everybody talks about SMEs as if they're an amorphous mass of the same types of business, and that could not be further from the truth. And to highlight that point, out of the 5.5 million micro businesses, sole traders, over 3 million of those use their personal current account to operate their small business, which means that two things: they're completely locked out of any form of business lending. So they can't get access to bibbles, they can't get access to SIBLs, they can't get access to term loans. If they want to borrow money, they have to put their house on the line or put up a personal guarantee. And the vast majority of them rightly would never do that. The second thing it does is it locks them out of banking services that would be offered to business banking customers. So you've seen a lot of talk around what Starling and Monzo and Tide are doing, but we know that 95% of personal current accounts are with the big four banks. So by definition, the vast majority of these businesses don't have any tools to help them run and operate their own business. The vast majority of these sole traders don't have an accounting package, and they certainly don't have a finance department, and they probably don't even have an admin department. They do everything themselves. They spend an average of 1.2 days a month chasing up late payments. So that's 15 days a year. The average late payment value is £6,000. If you're a painter or a decorator like my father-in-law is, that's a lot of money. And they typically have lines of credit with Selco and other places. They don't go to their bank. 36% of them borrow money from their friends or family. They just don't use lending instruments. And more importantly, they hate borrowing money. And again, to finalise why that's so important, the UK is the biggest market for invoice financing in the world. It's a £300 billion business. So out of that 5.5 million sole trading body in the UK, only 40,000 of them use invoice financing. So actually, we as an industry, it's a bit of a self-fulfilling scenario where we think that borrowing and debt and lending is the answer. We'll push credit, we'll push borrowing onto businesses that don't actually want it. And as I say, it's self-fulfilling. If you're a high street bank, or you're an iWalker or a funding exchange or a funding circle or a funding options, you want to say you need to borrow money. The issue with working capital is borrowing. It's not. The issue with working capital is late payments. That problem is a 71-day problem. In the UK, the average invoicing terms, according to Selen, are 80% of businesses have invoicing terms of 30 days, and they get paid within 71 days of issuing that invoice. So they're waiting for 2.5 times their terms. They're not charging interest, and COVID has only compounded that problem. So the real problem in working capital and cash flow is not pushing money and debt on the balance sheet. It's actually solving the late payments challenge. What we're trying to do is put technology in their hands to create the admin department and the finance department. So we think request to pay is a really, really important solution to chasing up late payments, because it allows the business owner to do everything from their mobile device. So they don't have to be at a desk or a desktop. They can do it on the go. They can do it between appointments. They don't have to be doing it late at night at the weekends. They certainly don't need to use their business current account. They need to have technology that separates their business transactions from their personal transactions. There's no legal requirement to have a business current account. That can be run. You can run your business as long as you separate your tax filing, which is exactly what we do. And then the other thing that is actually automating the request and actually enabling the chase to be done via via technology. So send the request via SMS, send it via WhatsApp, send it via email, send it via QR code. So replace the need for a card transaction. Do it in front of the customer when you're in their home. So if you're a builder or a painter, a decorator, an electrician, render a QR code, let them pay immediately when you're with them. Don't mention open banking. Nobody knows what it is. Just talk about value and benefit and allow customers to collect money using technology. This whole idea that it's about working capital to do with borrowing, we're completely missing the point. It's about making technology able to the masses, to the people that don't have it because their banks don't offer it, and allow them to use technology to actually make the problem of collecting that money more simple. And the request to pay thing, open banking is made that beautifully simple, because you can actually link any bank account, whether it's a personal account, whether it's a business current account. You don't need to have a registered app on the other side. You can just say your customer pays with their bank account like they do with mobile banking or internet banking today. But the really good thing is they don't need to know your sort code and account number, and they don't need to pre-fill a form. It's all done for you.